But we do get preoccupied into, focusing on what it is, the isness of it, the state of the bank account or the state of my car is empty of gas or something. And I focus on that. And then I visualize, oh, what happens if I run out of gas? And now I'm really ingrained in that timeline. What if I was to picture myself going to the gas station?
Right.
What if I was to
Yeah.
picture myself, with those numbers coming up in a bank account because of actions that I've taken and, the next logical step towards the passion for feeling that abundance. What does that lead me to?
Sure.
Personally, what are my avenues that I have not been using, money makers that I haven't been shaken?
Right. Right.
Whatever,
Yeah.
whatever that is, I forgot. I don't think of those things when I feel broke.
Mm.
I
Fair.
I
Yeah.
focus on what it's like to be broke and how to cut back, how to shorten, but reduce my consumption. How do I ration my food and that kind of thing?
Right.
That's the poverty mentality. But
It's a spiral. Yeah. It's a slippery
I
slope
mean,
too.
yeah, it's not
Right.
negative. It's just
Sure.
the consequence of that mindset.
Right. Right. Huh. It's like a manifest destiny kind of deal. Like it's probably same,
Yeah,
if you, yeah, just picture my right leg feeling really good and
that's
being
it.
able to like do stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Basically, just don't pay attention to it. In the way that when we like my kids are still growing,
Hmm.
they grow when they're asleep, not when they're awake. When you're
Right.
fighting gravity, you don't get taller because
Sure.
you're actually relaxed and allowing and sort of stopping your, trying to get bigger or trying to,
Right.
building muscle or whatever it is. You do it in the state of total grace and allowing.
Mm.
Same thing here. Just don't pay attention to the leg that hurts. Pay attention to the one that feels good. And you will have to do things that cause it to hurt worse in the PT.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
Right.
You accept that in full radical acceptance. This is how it feels right now, but I'm tough as hell. I can push through it. I can also notice when the pain is too much and I need to back down.
Sure.
I got to
Yeah.
be a little more Maitri. I don't know if you know that term. It's a Tibetan term of like kindness for self and others.
Okay.
It's like just a gentleness with which, like when you do yoga, you can push hard enough that you hurt yourself. Or
Hmm.
you can have a little gentle Maitri, where you're like, that's too far.
Sure.
I
Sure.
don't want to limp out of the yoga studio.
Right. Right.
That's not kind to self. And so that the PT process will have loads of those opportunities for you to notice what is not pushing hard enough, what is not
Right.
being tough enough to push into it, because you have to hurt in order to reduce the pain. You have to
Right.
do it. But what is so much that you're doing further damage?
Sure. Yeah. Hopefully that's in my near future. I don't know. I've got 3 more weeks and then another appointment. If that goes well, then PT. But
PT, good.
so
Well, right now, hydrate. We know that's one of the most important things for healing the body. Continue to stay in positive emotions whenever possible.
mm,
Watch comedy.
yeah, yeah. I
Really
have been. I have been.
good.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
You're on the path. Yep. Yeah.
I'm,
Keep your vibe coming back up, despite the fact that there is, a physical sensation that causes a thought system, right? The physical pain, we have associations with that pain that I have to have certain types of thoughts, and it's not necessarily true. We don't have to snap at the nurse, for instance, just because we're
right.
in pain.
Right. That's
That's
that's a choice. Yeah.
it is.
Right.
It is.
Right.
And you just have to be, a little sort of okay with being alone with our pain and staring it straight in the eyes and making friends with it.
Mm.
Being thankful that that pain is telling you your foot's still attached. That
Very,
you
very
got no
true.
nerve damage, Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. No nerve damage. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
It's a
that's
lot.
all very helpful. I needed this. I appreciate that a lot because not that I've stayed in pretty decent spirits like for the most part. I've been pretty like it's all good. It's minor. It's just a period of time in my life, like no big deal. But there have been moments of like, man, like, do I suck at this? Like, should I be doing this? Is this responsible? Like, it's been a strain on, my partner because she's, had to initially had to help
Yeah,
me a lot. Now I'm more autonomous, at least I can shower myself, I mean, there's just like there's a whole lot of stuff you don't really think about when you get injured that, you need help. So,
you do. And
it's a burden, but, but
it's a burden, and yet maybe it happened for a reason. And I don't mean that cosmically. I mean, yes, there's probably implications that we can go into, but these things, I think, create this opportunity for us, for instance, to be vulnerable and ask for help when we were
sure.
always like so solid that people
Yeah.
leaned on us when they felt weak. If you play that role 100%, you never get to be, switch from the yin to the yang. You never ever get to be a complete human being unless you're actually on the other side of the fence to feel compassion for somebody that is vulnerable, because you're going to switch back. It's just a matter of time before you're going to be switching back into the role that you're most comfortable in.
Right.
So use the
Right.
time, use this opportunity to really, what comes to mind when you're, in that role. How could you do this a little bit more uh, contemplatively,
Mm,
right?
sure.
Like in
Yeah.
terms of the thankfulness and expressing it, and and noticing how good it feels when you're the vulnerable one,
Mm.
and you don't have a choice about it. You can't drive a car and you really want Ben and Jerry's. You need somebody else to get you to Ben
Right.
and Jerry's.
Yeah.
And to really linger in that experience of being vulnerable and thankful, and realize that's a pretty good place to be, actually, in some ways.
Sure. Yeah, it's something I've struggled with. My biggest fear in life is being a burden, to anybody. So, and then
Totally.
if not that I have, she wouldn't admit it, but like, it's added some extra steps in her day for sure that
Yeah.
in my mind is a burden. To her, it's not, but, and to me, it wouldn't be if the roles were reversed, God forbid, like because, we're in a loving relationship. It's what you do, right? That's what you do for your friends, what you do for your loved ones. Like that's a part of, you know, relationships, right?
It is. And it
But
feels
it's,
better. The more you give, the better it feels, right? Because love is a verb.
it
It's a
is.
verb.
Yeah, it is a verb. That is true. But yeah, I mean, I have struggled with that, just, not wanting to ask for help in my life, just over the course of life. And when I'm, in a normal state, it's not my strong suit. So I've done a lot of growing, I think,
Yep.
from this injury, this period of time, because I've had to ask. I can't, I can't go to the store to get stuff if I need it, or whatever. And, it's like, hey, do you mind running by the grocery store after you just worked, 10 hours? Like it's tough,
Yep.
but
Well, it's tough when you view from the old mindset, right? I mean,
exactly.
the suffering always comes in the comparisons.
That's true.
Right? The comparison of how you used to live and how empowered you were and how you were dodging all those bullets of vulnerability by being impregnable.
Hmm.
The
Sure.
impregnable
Yeah.
fortress. And it's now an opportunity to not compare, right? Not compare how athletic you felt before the accident to now. Don't bother.
Hmm.
It is what it is now.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
It just sort of accept to go into radical acceptance is a really heavy concept if you will allow it, as a means to attain the graceful life. That this is what it is. I'm not gonna resist it because it is what it is. I might work towards changing it because it's not to my liking, through
Hmm.
experiencing. I learned what I definitely am not. What I am and what I'm not is why we're here, to figure that out.
Sure.
So you don't want to be the vulnerable one that's needy, that's a leech. Nobody wants to feel that, but people that tend to be the one that's impregnable and reliable are not very comfortable in the reversing of the roles. It
Hmm.
it gives you a wonderful opportunity to be it, to live in it, and know why you tried to remain solid, because you like not only feeling the sensation, right? All of us that are in that mode, the sensation of carrying your own weight, but also in that solidness gives the opportunity to be the one that's of service, that's helping the person that can't go get their own Ben and Jerry's or whatever that is, the scared student at the drop zone, or
Right.
right, the old lady that you hold the door open for at the store.
Hmm.
that's the way of beauty.
Mm,
To be the empowered hero that knows why they're being a hero because they've been the opposite. Because they took off
interesting.
one hat and put the other one on. That's where you are right now.
Right.
It's temporary, but it's a wonderful opportunity.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a great way to frame it.
Yeah.
That's yeah, but probably the healthiest way to frame it, actually. Otherwise, it just go nuts, you know. So yeah,
Well, it's how the universe views it. You know, in my opinion, the universe is always the ultimate positive interpretation of our lives right now. I think that's, that 10,000 foot view looking down, whatever it is, whatever somebody's going through.
right.
The universe is cheering us on, going, you can interpret this my way if you wish. You can
Sure.
interpret everything is leading to better. Everything is giving me a greater clarity of what I am and what I'm not, what I desire and what I desire to have less of. Figuring it out is why we're here. Because
I like that.
we don't fully know. We have to experience in order to know.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. That's brilliant.
You came for to the right planet for that.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
A planet that hurts.
Yeah.
A place of tremendous contrast.
No kidding.
There's so many opportunities to not judge, but at the same time recognize, yeah, that's not my flavor, that's not my way of being. That type of music or that way to talk to people or that method of skydiving or something. Um, we don't fully know until we lean into the world and go, ah, all right. So I didn't know before I played that role that is not me.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very good point.
cool. Well,
Dang. Yeah, this is
I hope this was
super
beginning
helpful.
thought moving
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
or a
I think it's just
further direction.
so just a little push, a little reframing I think I needed. Yeah, that's very helpful. I appreciate that. And that's why I wanted to get on it because I knew that you would have good insight into like how to frame things. And just listening to you talk and on YouTube or on your website and stuff,
I
conversations like this,
well, I've been there. That used to be inside my femur.
femur. I was gonna say that's a femur
Yeah,
like
yeah,
rod,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah,
Oh, there's a
yeah.
lot more. Yeah, there was
Sure.
9 screws and a big thing, and they come out the top that went into the head of the femur. That was in nature.
Took it out and they let you keep it. I like
Right?
that.
Yeah, it's titanium. I keep thinking what can I use it for, but that's my mind. Let's move beyond what it was into what it could be
Sure.
utilized for. But what it can be utilized for is reminding you that this happened like 10,000 jumps ago.
Right. Right.
Right.
Yeah, here you are,
Yeah.
10,000 jumps later.
And
So
my life is not what it is in spite of that. It's because of it.
Interesting.
Your ankle, same thing. It's going to open up doors that would not have opened had this not occurred.
Sure. Sure.
Right.
That's powerful. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Life doesn't
powerful.
happen to us, it happens for us.